Hey guys, how are you today? Well, I'm not in the best of mood, but I think it's a good opportunity to also share with you moments when I am not so at my best, and that today is one of those days. Just reached home, and I'm in my bed because I don't feel like facing the rest of the world today. So, and then I thought, you know what? Instead of sharing only the nice stuff that is going on in my life, it's also good to just show you one of these days when I'm not at my best, and that's like I said today. And yeah, I was actually planning to upload a really nice video that I did. Well, a funny video that I did um about our life, me and Charak's life, and that was the plan to upload it today and to give you guys a glimpse of our life. But I don't feel like uploading that. I don't even have the inspiration to do it. So all I actually want to do is talk, and I don't always talk with everyone about my life. So for today, I chose to do it through my channel because you know what the great thing is about this channel? While I'm talking, I don't see you guys. So I don't have to see people's face like as if they are actually asking themselves, well, what the hell is going on with her? It's gonna be me just talking and sharing, and then I have it off my chest, and then hopefully I will feel a lot better after this video. So there I am. Yes, in bed, like I said, because I have these days that I'm just in bed and um, just me, myself, and I, trying to gather my thoughts, trying to organize my thoughts, basically. And sometimes I don't even feel like thinking and just be there by myself and listening to my inner voice. So, but today my thoughts were are a bit sentimental because I was thinking about choices in life, and I was thinking about our life, where it is at this moment, and other choices that I still have to make. But for you guys to understand why I've reached this point, I think it's a good opportunity to first understand how it started, how actually we ended up being in the UK, which is a pretty inspiring and pretty, to say, it's been a roller coaster, but a fun roller coaster. I do not regret any moment of it. I've enjoyed every second. But I guess this is gonna be a video where I will be jumping from story to story. But like I said, I'm just talking, actually talking to myself at the moment. So I think I have to start with St. Martin, our life in St. Martin, because that's where it all started. Okay, guys. So here's the thing. As soon as I realized that I was going to talk about my life in Martin, I felt re-energized. And those of you who know me, yeah, that's how I am. Whenever I'm down, the moment I feel like I can do something that's much more inspiring, I feel the energy and I cannot just lay down. I have to get up. So I quickly jumped out of the bed and I came to this brilliant idea of telling you the story through the pictures and some videos. So here I am now. I brushed up my hair, put up a wrap quick, tried to fix my baby hair as best as I could. And then I went on the computer and they made a selection of videos and photos. So that's how I will be telling the story of St. Martin. So, guys, it's not a dull day anymore. That's how you actually should live your life, Rachel. Whenever you feel down, take a moment, to indulge in that down feeling because it's important. That's how you can actually connect with your inner self, and that's where you will find true inspiration to get to a new thing. So stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you the story of Saint Martin. Here it goes. Alrighty, there we go. This is us at the Sandray Airport in Suriname. This was our last day in Suriname, the day when we were about to leave the country. Wasn't It was a sad day. Seriously, it was. We didn't know how to deal with it. We felt like, what the hell are we doing? But anyway, we were also excited for the new adventure because that's how we are. That's how Charak and I are, always up for a new adventure. So there we are at Sandray. Charak was here, taking the last views of Suriname in on our way to Suriname, Sint Maarten, because I said our last day in Suriname, right? So this is Charak taking in the last images or pictures of Suriname, his last view of Suriname, so to speak. And we arrived in Sint Maarten. Our first weeks we spent in a hotel, actually a suite that the government hired for us, rented for us. The thing is that I was hired to work as a social worker at the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs in Sint Maarten. And for the first week, they accommodated us in this place, which was a wonderful place. It was a suite, an apartment, two bedroom apartment, and that's where we had the that's where we could stay until we were able to find our own place. And from there, oh yeah, this is Charak sitting on the porch the next day after we arrived in Sint Maarten. And he was still trying to take up all of this, trying to understand, the whole new environment. It was also a completely different weather. The climate is completely different in Sint Maarten. So there he is sitting on the porch of our apartment, shirtless as he likes to sit, and taking it all in, trying to understand what his crazy wife did actually. And this is me. This was us the next day on the boardwalk, St. Martin's boardwalk, and that's where it actually hit me. That's where I I realized that, you know what, Rachel, you're in a complete different country. You're in a complete different environment. What are you going to do here? How are you going to survive? How are you going to manage? And that's where I also realized I'm here without family, friends, nothing. Just Charak and me alone. But you know what? Looking around, taking it all in, I felt pretty excited because that's how I am. I need excitement in my life in order to, feel have this drive of pushing through, of going on or moving on in my life. So then from the apartment that the government rented for us, we found our own place, and that's where finally also our moving stuff, everything that we shipped to St. Maarten from our house in Suriname arrived. So this was our place. This was what it looked like. We had to unpack all of the actually rubbish, but anyhow, it was personal stuff that I so wanted to have with me. And this was our porch, and this was our view. We actually had a great view on this apartment. Later on, we went to live downstairs because it's a two-story house. At first, we lived upstairs, which was a small apartment with just one bedroom, and then we went on and lived downstairs, which was a much larger place. I think I'll show you that in a bit, but for now, this is where we've lived for almost a year, so to speak, and this was our view. We had a complete 360 degrees view of the ocean and the mountains and everything, the hills actually. It was quite wonderful to live there. And this is us after we had how do you say it, We've put everything together. The house was in order, and this was us sitting in the bed, taking a picture of ourselves. And then it was our first St. Martin Day. This was St. Martin Day for us. It was also a new experience. But basically, you can see St. Martin Day as the way how we celebrate Independence Day in Suriname. So this was our first St. Martin Day. And that's where I was introduced to the island food, which was also an adjustment. I also had to get used to the food on the island. You know, in Suriname, we have a complete different way of we have completely different dishes. Food is completely different, so that was also an adjustment for us. But I must say it was a pleasant adjustment, because as curious as I am and adventurous as I am, I made it my business to explore all the dishes on the island, everyone's all of the different cultures kitchen, to have an idea of the diversity of food and dishes on the island. And it was quite a nice experience. And this is me. This was my first birthday at celebrating my birthday at the job, and my colleagues were so nice to give me presents and make me some cake, etc. So I didn't feel lonely. I felt loved, and I felt appreciated, which it was a nice gesture of them, which I appreciated. And as soon, well, no, not that soon, knowing myself, I made friends. And soon I had a whole group of friends with whom I used to do activities, and this was one of the first things that I did with the friends. These are colleagues actually from the job, but also other colleagues from other government organizations. And it was basically the Prime Minister then, Prime Minister Sarah. It was her idea to organize for all the civil workers, government workers. Every Friday we had this Zumba class on in the backyard of the government building, and that's where we would move our bodies. And this is me. Actually, it's not one of my most loved activities to do, but since it involved dancing, I was up for it. And this was also a way for me to connect with people from the island itself, instead of staying in my own Surinamese group. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. You know what? As I was selecting these pictures, I realized that it's gonna be a long story. So I'm gonna do it in parts. Yeah, phases, in fasten. That's what I'm gonna do. Um, that way I will have more time to give you the whole story. So stay tuned, please. Subscribe. Thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed already. And I will continue this story about St. Martin, what I did there, what I've experienced. I promise you it's an exciting, it's going to be an exciting video. And then, uh, and how I ended up in England. Yeah. So, unfortunately, this is gonna be part one, and soon I will go on to part two. See you later. Bye.